Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for next week to 10 days. For today's video, day 10 will take us to around the 4th of August. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. We extended GFS and ECM ensembles. They run to around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFSV2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That will take us into the latter stages, or certainly the second half of August. We'll bring you up to date what's happening in the tropical Atlantic, and of course it was 1 year ago today that we had Furnace Thursday, when we recorded a new all-time maximum temperature record for the UK. We had our hottest day on record, and we'll have a quick recap of that in a moment. Before we do anything else though, just to say that the first video released today was the second autumn 2020 season model roundup, doing around 14 long-range models together, seeing what we're all showing for the autumn. And yeah, have a look at that. The video will be placed on the autumn updates page with a written summary later on this evening. Also, weekend forecast, of course, on a Saturday, your detailed weekend look ahead. So yes, have a look at that if you would like to do that. We are very close to 7,100 subscribers. I think we've got to put on something like number 5 or 6. So just a reminder, with our little GIF here, created by my good friend Richard Traunt. Please click like and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't yet done so, don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe as well. Tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. And if everybody who subscribes brings a friend, then the subs are going to go up very, very quickly. And as I say, we're very close to 7,100 subscribers. So yes, please get us to 7,100 as quickly as you can, and that'd be absolutely great. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. I'll tell you through what's happening on the channel tomorrow at the end of the video. Alright, so let's begin in the tropical Atlantic. Then this is probably the most significant place to start. So we have our first hurricane of the season, and it's not the one we was expecting. We was expecting Gonzalo to go from a tropical storm to a hurricane, but Gonzalo is still actually as a tropical storm just there off the coast of Venezuela. So Gonzalo is a tropical storm Gonzalo, giving maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 1,009 millibars and moving westwards at 18 miles per hour. If we click on Gonzalo and go here, you will see that this is now not expected to become a hurricane. So this just stays as a tropical storm through today, and then tomorrow goes down to a tropical depression off the coast of South America. Now, it's moving in this direction. Eventually, you would think it's probably going to sort of arrive around here, maybe as some sort of disturbance area. So there's a lot of warm water around there, of course. So we might see Gonzalo get upgraded again. But certainly up to Sunday, looks like Gonzalo is just like a tropical storm. So the one was expecting to become a hurricane hasn't become a hurricane. But we do have a hurricane. We have our first hurricane of the season, and it's Hannah. Which yesterday was Tropical Storm Hannah, of course, in the Gulf of Mexico. So unexpectedly, it wasn't predicted by the National Hurricane Center, but unexpectedly, Hannah has gone up to Category 1 hurricane off the Gulf Coast of Texas. So just made it. I taught you through the Saffir-Simpson scale yesterday. So the minimum to get a Category 1 hurricane is that you have to have 75 miles per hour sustained winds, and that is currently what Hannah is doing. It's giving maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, which just gets us into Category 1 hurricane status. Minimum central pressure of 982 millibars, moving westwards at 9 miles per hour. Let's see what's forecast to happen with this Category 1 hurricane. So, going to make landfall as a Category 1 hurricane on the Gulf Coast of southeastern Texas here. Moving inland, becoming a tropical storm somewhere around the Texas-Mexico border. And then going inland into Mexico as a tropical depression, and then going post-tropical as we get through to the beginning of next week. So yes, that is our first hurricane. It's very early to have a hurricane. It's only the 25th of July. Remember, the hurricane season will power up further through August, through September in particular, probably lasting into October, maybe November as well. So it's very, very early in this season. We already have had several tropical storms. Now we've got our first hurricane. And yeah, it's all just backing up the idea that this is going to be a very, very big season. We've been saying repeatedly, we're expecting a big season this year. And all of this is sort of backing up the idea that we're going to have a big season. We also have a disturbance area just here, this yellow X here. Just quickly say about that. It's disturbance 1 with a 10% chance cyclone formation in the next 2 days, but a 60% chance of cyclone formation in the next 5 days. National Hurricane Center says a tropical wave is producing an area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms a few hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. The wave is expected to move westward at about 15 miles per hour during the next several days, and a tropical depression could form by early next week when the system reaches the western tropical Atlantic. So this could well be our next named tropical storm. Who knows? It might be our next named hurricane as well. And increasingly, it looks like things are developing with this season. So all eyes will be on the tropical Atlantic in the coming weeks and months. Right, this day last year, 25th of July, 2019, we was enjoying, or depending on your point of view, enduring Furnace Thursday, and what a tremendously hot day it was. And this is from the historic archive at weathercentral.de, showing how hot it was. So yes, we had this on and off through last summer, of course, this pattern, with high pressure to our east and northeast, low pressure out to the west, sucking up these southerly winds all the way from Africa, drawing up heat out of Saharan Africa and pushing it northwards across Europe. So the setup suggests a very hot day. And look at the upper air temperatures that we had. You see how extremely hot it was. So the plus 20 Celsius isotherm was pushing northwards through many parts of England and Wales, almost reaching Scotland. But 25 Celsius isotherm, which is normally something that we see down across southern Spain and North Africa, that was across northern France and into the Low Countries at this time 1 year ago. Extreme and exceptional heat. And it really was an absolutely tremendous heat wave that was engulfing not just the UK, but many parts of northern and western Europe too. Extraordinarily hot day. I'm sure you'll remember it very, very vividly. It's certainly too much for me, and I think most people found it just a little bit too much, but it really was extremely hot. And then, bizarrely, it wasn't many days after that, but we actually went into a very cool wet pattern. So this is Thursday, the 25th of July, Furnace Thursday. But just a couple of days afterwards, around, I think it's 28. So this is Sunday, I think, 28th of July. We have this trough of low pressure, kind of like a thundery trough, but a trough of low pressure over England and Wales. Interestingly, upper air temperatures were still very warm. We had a leftover legacy of very warm upper air temperatures, especially for more northern and east areas, all left over from the heat wave of the days before. But where I was in Northamptonshire, it was pouring with rain all day on this day, Sunday the 28th of July. And the temperature didn't get much above 14, 15 degrees all day. I've never known such an extraordinary temperature contrast over so few days, really, as the extreme heat we had on the Thursday. And by the Sunday, for a summer day, you would actually say it was cold and wet and pouring with rain. So it really was very, very bizarre weather that we had. We had a lot of those swings last summer as well. You know, we had a lot of that going on last summer. But yes, this day last year, it was Furnace Thursday. And, of course, that yielded, let's just close that down, that yielded our highest ever UK temperature, highest ever temperature in the UK, maximum temperature at 38.7 at Cambridge Botanical Gardens, 25th of July 2019. It beat the previous record that we set back in 2003, which was 38.5 at Brogdale near Faversham, and 38.1, a little bit more. A little bit more reliable, really. Kew Gardens, I think that was on the on 10th of August 2003 at Kew Gardens, 38.1. But yeah, we beat both of those this day last year at 38.7 at Cambridge Botanical Gardens, and what a day it was! I'm sure we all remember it very, very vividly. Well, it's a very different day for the 25th of July 2020. We've got quite a lot of heavy rain massing across the country at the moment, especially down in the south. A massive heavy rain with some thunderstorms mixed in with that as well. Heavy showers and some thunderstorms too on the east side. This radar picture from the weatheroutlook.com. If we overlay the lightning detector, we see we've got lightning flashing away here through like the Cotswolds, so kind of like from Bristol to Oxford, and then going into the southeastern part of Midlands. There's some lightning there. Also some lightning over towards Lincolnshire as well. And as I say, we've also got this massive heavy rain that's down across the south. That's going to be pushing through the southern, southeastern parts of the country through the afternoon. Not only have we got heavy rain, we've also got the risk of lightning, as we've already established. So we've got weather warnings enforced by the UK Met Office for thunderstorms for this afternoon. Let's close in on the area that we have this weather warning enforced for. So it's really from like southwestern England up through the Midlands, just in southwest of southeast of Wales, and then going over towards East Anglia, and then up in towards parts of Lincolnshire and Yorkshire. That's where we've got this yellow weather warning in force for thunderstorms. UK Met, this is from midday today through to midnight. UK Met are saying, while many places will miss a heavy showers, bands of thunderstorms will likely bring some disruption. So what to expect? There's a good chance of driving conditions will be affected by spray, sandy water and or hail, leading to longer journey times by car and bus. Some short-term power losses is possible. Also some flooding of homes and businesses likely. Probably some damage to a few buildings and structures from lightning strikes, and delays to train services are possible. That's valid through the rest of this afternoon and into this evening. And not only is there lots of heavy showers and long spells of rain around, it's also pretty cool today again as well, although we have got 24 degrees flashing away there at close to Lakenheath, I think it was. Got 24 degrees flashing away there. 23 at Cambridge. I'm not sure if that's Cambridge Botanical Gardens, but 23 at Cambridge. A lot cooler there than it was this day last year. And then going further westwards, it gets cooler still. Only 20 degrees at Birmingham. Moving into Wales, Sennybridge is at 16. Lake Vermey at 15. Down to southwest England, Exeter is at 18. Going in towards the north of England, Leconfield is at 22. Leaming at 20, Walcop at 17, heading northwards still, Esnelmuir at 16, moving over to Bulmer, it's only 22 there, 21 at Aberdeen, and then moving into west of Scotland, Tulloch Bridge at 14, and down to Northern Ireland, Belfast is at 16, so again, progressively cooler the further west you go, but relatively warm in the east, despite those downpours. CT is looking like this, so we're currently sitting still at 15.5 for the central England temperature. That's half a degree below 61 to 9 average. That's provisional up to yesterday, 24th of July. So I'm not seeing a particularly big deviation from that either way, although we may get a very warm sort of last day or so of the month, which might boost the temperature a little bit, but this is going to be a cooler than average August. I don't think there's there's any getting away from that, but we're going to have a cooler than average July, I should say. Right, these are the 500 millibar high anomaly flow charts from Penn State University for next week, 10 days. Got the ECMWF on the top, the GFS, which we'll have in a moment, on the bottom. So these are 500 millibar high anomaly flow charts for the 7 to 10 day time frame. It's going to take us to around the 4th of August. So, like the 7 to 10 day time frame looks unsettled. Below average heights up to the northwest. There is northern blocking towards Greenland as well. Winds are in from a westerly direction, so it looks cool and it looks showery, really, with the ECM. Or probably not, let's not say cool, actually. So let's go back to that again. It probably isn't cool, although it is in a westerly flow. But the days before it are quite warm, which you can't really make out from this, actually. So we've got low pressure coming off the Atlantic, which is probably bringing in more unsettled conditions. But the air still up to the 7 to 10 day time frame is actually probably quite warm. From the days before, if you see what I mean. The GFS is very similar, much more anticyclonic with the GFS. Above average height centred over the country, really, and slight to the north. Winds are coming in from a warm east or southeast direction. We could have some thunder threatening from the south, though. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at London today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. So we're close to average at the moment. Temperatures are actually going to be sliding away over the next few days. It's going to be getting cooler for the rest of this weekend into next week. Then temperatures lift up through the second half next week, becoming very warm, potentially hot for a while, before temperatures then begin to slide back again as we go through into the end of the first week of August. There are quite a few hot runs here, though, so some of these ensemble members are keeping things pretty hot through the first half of August, but most of the ensemble members suggest the temperature to slide back after the pickup that we've got coming up at the end of the week. Precipitation wise, quite a bit of rainfall to come over this weekend. Drier then next week, perhaps turning a bit more unsettled as we lose those hot temperatures around this time next week. Temperature anomalies from the 25th of July to 2nd of August are very close to, or maybe ever so slightly above average. Precipitation anomalies from the 25th of July to 2nd of August are very close to or slightly wetter than average. So it still is quite unsettled, but temperatures are suggested anyway to be starting to pick up a bit. Okay, let's have a look at the latest upper level winds and jet stream patterns from earthnullschool.net. So you can see that low pressure is in the ascendancy big time today. So yes, let's just have a look at this. We can see we've got a deep area of low pressure here over and to the north and northwest of the country. We're bringing in a strong westerly wind. We've got another area of low pressure in the middle of the North Atlantic there. That's developing and will be with us on that's going to be with us on Monday to give quite a cool wet day on Monday, and just generally quite a strong jet stream coming in off the Atlantic today, a strong westerly flow, and so yes, we're another one of these days in this July where it's cool, or relatively cool, and it's very unsettled and low pressure dominated too. And these low pressure dominated conditions will continue into the early part of next week. So this is Tuesday with UK Met Office model. Low pressure clearing away to the east on Tuesday, but leaving us in this cool and showery northwesterly wind. Wednesday also looks rather cool and showery. Remember, each builds in on Thursday, turning us drier. And then by Friday, we're under an area of high pressure. Look at that. That's Friday, 31st of July, under an area of high pressure, becoming drier and warmer. I don't think it's overly hot with that for Friday, the 31st. So that probably leaves us just short of 30 degrees. Remember, we've got this quandary about whether this will be our first July since 2011 that doesn't achieve 30 degrees Celsius. Some of the model output is suggesting this last day of July might get to 30 degrees. Other model output is suggesting probably it won't. The UK Met, I think, probably leaves us short of 30 degrees on Friday the 31st. That's as far as we can go with the UK Met. Missing the GFS 6Z, and again on Tuesday we're rather cool and showery with those northwesterly winds. Middle of the week we're building the ridge. End of the week the high pressure strengthens over to the east of the country. That draws up more of a southerly flow there for Friday. That's just on a knife edge with whether we achieve 30 degrees, I think, on Friday. By Saturday, we may well be in excess of 30 degrees in the far southeastern corner, but as things are becoming slacker, there's probably a greater risk of some thunderstorms. Rare temperatures are bringing the 15 Celsius ice firm into southern England by Saturday, so very warm to hot down in the south, but with risk of thunderstorms breaking out through the weekend as this thundery low starts to develop from France. Upper air temperatures are still pretty warm there on the 2nd of August. Heading up towards day 10, we start to bring some slightly cooler, fresher air in from off the Atlantic. Still relatively anticyclonic though. But GFS now looks like it's shifting to more of an anticyclonic influence for England and Wales anyway through the first week of August. Certainly the GFS operational run anyway, with this ridge building in from the Azores high. That brings lots of dry and potentially very warm weather for much of England and Wales through the first week of August. There's the upper air temperatures for the 8th of August. Yes, we look very warm across most parts of Western Europe. And this ridge sort of continues actually as we go into Saturday the 8th of August, then on into the end of the GFS run, which gets us to Monday the 10th of August. Still looking pretty warm, especially so for England and Wales, with a chance of some quite hot weather and mainly dry down in the south through that period. Notice there is some sort of tropical storm or hurricane type feature, ex-hurricane feature here close to Newfoundland by Monday the 10th of August. That's over 2 weeks away, so it might not verify, but again, it's just the idea that the tropical Atlantic is getting ever more active as we go further on through this summer. GM looks like that. So again, cool and showery for Tuesday. Then ridge builds in across the country through the middle part of the week, turns dry and warmer. Second half week, high pressure takes over. It's over the country. We're drawing up warm air from the south as well. So temperatures lifting up, possibly reach around 30 degrees by Saturday, the 1st of August. Upper air temperatures looking very warm too. Moving up towards day 10. Again, just a suggestion of something a little bit cooler and more showery coming back in from off the Atlantic by day 10, just lowering the temperature a little bit. ECM is rather cool and showery for Tuesday with those northwesterly winds. Then the ridge builds around the middle part of the week, turns us drier and warmer. High pressure drifts over towards the east of the country on Friday, starts to draw up hotter air from the south. But again, this probably leaves us just short of 30 degrees for the last day of July. So we probably fall just short of 30 degrees there. But it is touch and go whether it's achievable or not. By Saturday, Saturday the 1st of August, weekday, the high pressure's over to our east. We're drawing up these very warm to hot southerly winds. There's a thundery low there across northern parts of France. This is more thundery, I think, with the ECM today. Very warm to hot with the upper air temperatures. Look at that, the plus 20 Celsius isotherm is getting very close to southern parts of England. That's a proper heat spike pushing northwards across the west of Europe there next weekend. Again, it's all over very briefly. By Sunday the 2nd of August, a thundery breakdown has taken place, and we're back into a cooler, fresher west-northwesterly flow. Upper air temperatures are lowering a lot, and then as we go up towards day 10, which is Tuesday the 4th of August, we saw it on the 500 millibar high dominant flow chart. We're back into a more unsettled regime, really a showery regime anyway, and feeling quite a lot cooler too. This would be precipitation forecast based on that ECM run. So showers and longer spells of rain, particularly in the south and southeast through the course this afternoon and into this evening. Could be some thunderstorms mixed in places too. Tomorrow's a quiet day. Showers more towards the north and west. Then on Monday, another mass of rains coming in off the Atlantic. That means more very heavy rain with it through to the middle part of next week. Then we start to turn a little bit drier. The second half of next week, then starts to draw up those very warm to hot southerly winds. Maybe chance of thunderstorms breaking out there across England and Wales by the 1st of August. They go trundling off up to Scotland, and they're into like a cooler and more unsettled regime from off the Atlantic. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 4th of August. Via the Icelandic Metals have 18 members of the ECM ensembles looking quite unsettled. Low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic, rather cool and unsettled with those. That includes the control and the operation run. Number 14 just here, even more unsettled, deeper low pressure in over the country. 11 with low pressure to our north, high pressure to the south. They're going to bring in westerlies. And then 8 with low pressure, probably somewhere to the south of the country, high pressure to the north. That could be quite warm and thundery. Generally, most of those options are looking quite unsettled with the ECM ensembles for day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets to the 9th of August. 19 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to our west, low pressure to the east, bringing in winds from the northwest, could be cool and showery. 11 with high pressure over top of the country. Another 11 with northern blocking and possibly some lower pressure through here. And then we've got 10 with high pressure to the east, low pressure to the west. These will be drawing up hot southerly winds. They could be having a little bit of a mini heat wave, but with the low pressure to the west, watch out for thunder quite quickly. Last one we're looking at is the CFS V2. These are 500 millibar heights broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from 25th of July to 31st. The coming weeks rather cool and showery, although we know later next week it will turn drier and warmer. Week 2 is the 1st through to the 7th of August. Now, this also looks rather cool and showery with the CFS today. It's got northern blocking within the northern latitudes, low pressures over to the east of the country, drawing in the winds from the north. So, yeah, that's a cool and showery week 2 today. Week 3 is the 8th to the 14th of August, above average heights down to our west-southwest, bringing in the flow, something like that. Could turn a little bit drier, but probably still quite cool. And then lastly, week 4 is going to be the 15th to 21st of August. Overall, probably just suggesting quite unsettled conditions, really, with a bit of a westerly type flow, although it does all look rather slack. Okay, so that's it for your videos for today. Another extended one today. Hope you found it interesting and informative. If you did enjoy the video, then please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe as well. And we'll get to 7,100 subscribers very, very soon, I think. Right, so that's it for videos for today. Tomorrow we'll have, the first video up will be the autumn analogues update, the next autumn update, first video up tomorrow. That's a 5th update. I think it'll be a QBO special with that one. We're going to be looking at the QBO for our autumn update tomorrow. Also, GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup tomorrow, and from 6 o'clock we'll be live streaming, and in the live stream I am going to show you the temperature and precipitation anomalies from the GM season model. Yes, the GM, the Canadian model, does have a seasonal version, of the GM, and I will show you what the GM is forecasting in tomorrow's live stream for the winter of 2020-21. New model, new data, new content, and that'll be in the live stream from 6 o'clock. I think it'll be a very, very interesting watch, hopefully, so I'll see you then. But for today's videos, that's all for now, and thanks.